What is going on, everyone? Thank you, everybody, for joining. And before we get into it, please take a moment and read the disclaimer. We're not financial advisors. We have no idea what your situation is. We just do a lot of research. So please, always do your own due diligence. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. With that being said, Mitt, I have a very important question for you.
Okay.
With our thumbnail tonight, are you Crockett or are you Tubbs?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about right now.
We're going to let everybody in the chat tell us who is who. Who's Crockett and who is Tubbs and who's old enough to know what the hell I'm talking about?
What is Crockett and Tubbs?
Miami Vice. Don Johnson. Philip Thomas.
I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City when I was younger.
Holy shit. Just ripped a $1,500 Cooper Flag card. Make sure Mick gets a nice Cooper Flag rookie at the card show. Matthew, congratulations. That is huge. Congratulations. Love seeing that.
Gonna need a good card at this show.
We'll end on that note. Show you a few things. Everybody, thank you for being here. Spencer, thank you for being here. June, thank you for being here. Appreciate it, everybody. Really can't thank all of you enough. Lena, thank you for being here. The support is just amazing. We do have the best community. There's no question about that. Amit, got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's start with Taiwan Semi.
They crushed earnings. Like, legit. Like, did you actually see all the numbers that they put out?
I legitimately saw all the numbers that they put out.
Like, the guidance that they gave, along with the margin enhancement. I mean, I don't know how anyone can be bearish on the AI build out.
So this is where I'm at. TSM spent $40.9 billion in CapEx. Do you want me to share your screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So they spent $40.9 billion in CapEx, and they are now guiding 52 to 56 billion. They're increasing CapEx year over year by $15 billion. That's roughly 35%. They have the clearest visibility into the AI trade because they're not increasing CapEx by 35% unless NVIDIA is taking so many chips that they have to build more. They just bought, what was it, 190 acres or something like that in a private auction the other day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that this is super bullish for the AI trade. I think this is super bullish for big tech. And it gives us so much visibility because they're also not spending this money if this is a 1-year cycle or a 2-year cycle that NVIDIA is going to need to be oversubscribed on chips in addition to AMD and Broadcom and Intel. This is spending so much more on CapEx and having to spend more ongoing to maintain everything. They basically just said we have visibility 5 to 10 years out is what they basically just said to us. My opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and if you listen to the CEO, he was very bullish in terms of how he was describing the demand cycle. Their biggest constraint continues to be the supply chain, which you would think after 3 years, that would not be the constraint. Eventually demand would slip, but no, demand continues to be way more than they can handle. And the ecosystem continues to grow. So, I mean, this is basically a $2 trillion company right now. I don't know. Is it crazy to say TSM becomes a $4 trillion company in a couple of years? I don't know. But
so I want to put something out there. how did we miss this? Like, really think about this. If we were so bullish on the AI trade with Palantir and then moving into NVIDIA and moving into all these other companies, just seeing what they're all doing, how the hell did we not get on the TSM train?
I mean, I wouldn't say we missed it necessarily. It's more so like you only have a limited amount of capital, right? And where are you going to put it? So like if you're talking about taking a big position, I'd rather have taken a big position in Hood, Palantir, and NVIDIA when I did over TSM. Now, do I wish I would have owned it? Just like I wish I would have owned Micron? Yeah. But I mean, it wasn't the sexy stock. But I don't think it's outperformed a lot of those names. I mean, it's kept up with them, right? So it's not. Yeah,
I think
5 years
out of Taiwan Semi are incredible, and it's just going to be a compounder. I'm convinced it's going to continue to compound.
Yeah, but are you buying it here?
Here, I don't know.
So then it doesn't matter. Like you're saying you missed it, but you're not buying it. I'm not buying it either. Not at 1.7 trillion. Like it's a little too much risk to take now at the end. But you don't have to sell it. Is the point?
Right.
You're in heavy.
It's up 65% in the past year.
I mean, there's been a lot of stocks that have outperformed that, but obviously TSM
65% is nothing to sneeze at. It's only 1.4 trillion, unless it's did update.
1.8.
So
yeah, I mean, look, it's been a big winner. There's been a lot of names in the semiconductor ecosystem that have won. I'm curious for when humanoid robotics becomes as big as GPUs. In terms of being everywhere, how many smaller companies are part of that ecosystem? I was actually talking to someone today who's building an industrial automation AI platform. And I asked him, like, you're seeing a lot of demand right now from semiconductors and chips. What happens when robots become a thing? And he's like, dude, we are positioning ourselves to be the de facto platform for all these small parts and suppliers, the companies making the actuators and all this stuff for robots. They want to be the go-to platform. So I think that's going to be the next S curve when it comes to this stuff.
I can believe it. And once again, we're still going to need the brain. We're still going to need the memory. Chips are not going anywhere. I went dark side. We went chocolate milk tonight. And, sometimes you just got to do it. It's delicious. But Taiwan Semi just set the tone for earnings season. When I see this, I think that the big four, which is now really the big five, are going to come out and they're going to increase what they're expecting the CapEx spend in 2026 to be.
Yeah, I mean, if all the other Max 7 names put out the same type of stuff TSM put out, like large caps have sucked all year. I wonder if that pivots after.
Have they though?
Yeah, they have.
I mean, we're excluding the Spectacular Six?
No, all of them have sucked. What's done really good?
Alphabet's done really good over the past year.
No, I'm talking about year to date.
Oh, 2026. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like year to date, all of them have sucked, and there's been a lot of other things that are running, but all of them are going to put up monster earnings like TSM. So I wonder if that narrative shifts or not.
You know what? I'm a little annoyed right now. The same damn thing just happened to me that happens with my coffee. Why can't anybody make a damn glass that is just uniform? I don't want to get halfway down and be like I have less milk in the bottom half than I did in the top half because it's fucking wider.
What are you talking about? What do you mean less milk?
There's less milk in the bottom half because it goes down like that, so it's easier to hold. I want my glass to be the same uniform throughout the whole thing. So when I drink the second half, it doesn't go quicker than the first half. Is that too much to ask?
So that's a glass problem then, not a milk problem.
Yeah, it's a glass problem.
Yeah, you should just drink out of the jug.
I should just make my own glassware is what I need to do.
Someone said you have milk autism. How do you feel about the administration embracing milk? I mean,
the fact that they didn't check in with me is, it's a little disrespectful, to be honest.
I was surprised they didn't consult with the milkman before.
The fact that they did not, after everything that's going on X, the fact that they didn't check in, A little ridiculous.
It's quite incredible.
It is
It really is.
incredible. Incredible. But here's what I'm predicting. All these companies are going to increase CapEx. They're all going to come out with a much bigger RPO book. Zuck is not going to screw up the conference call. We're going to get tremendous insight into the analytics behind Gemini, Azure, AI foundries. Amazon's going to come out with something big because they have to at this point. And I do think this will set the tone for the rest of the year. We're going to get 26 guidance out of this, which is amazing. And by the time earnings season is done, we're rolling right into Q1 because Q1 starts in May. I mean, Q4 isn't ending until the end of February.
Yeah.
I guess it starts at the end of April, really.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, look, this is the cool thing about earnings season is once it starts, it lasts for a while. February last year is when we started experiencing a correction. I wonder if that happens this February again, for whatever reason. If it doesn't, that would be nice because we would get really good earnings that coincide with probably 7,300 on the S&P if we can go there. But, these earnings have to be good. Like if one of these companies slip up, Amazon, Google, Meta, market's going to be in a weird situation. So, but again, how could they slip up? A Q4 holiday, like it's very hard to imagine they don't crush it like TSM.
Yeah, I want you to look at this. I think Meta is going to slaughter. Like Meta 620. I'm thinking about adding a few shares for my little account challenge with Matt. So when you look at last quarter, they missed by 566 on GAAP. They did $1.05 in GAAP, but their normalized was 725 and they beat by 58 cents. There's a 1 cent spread between GAAP and normalized for Q4. They're expecting 818 GAAP. 1 cent spread. They're probably going to come out with like 850. Zuck knows he can't screw this quarter up or the conference call. I would not be surprised if Meta's 725 or more after a week after earnings. That's just me.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think the decline. I think everyone that's analyzing Meta keeps saying that like they crushed earnings, they're going to crush earnings, yada. And it's like that's missing the point. We know they crushed earnings. We know they're going to crush earnings. That's not the point. That's not why the stock has been depressed for 5 months. Like the stock is down because no one knows why they're spending so much on CapEx. Now, is that a justified reason? No, but everyone knows that's not a justified. Everyone knows that's a stupid reason.
Well, look, there's two reasons they're down. They're down because of the one-time impairment.
No, they're not.
No, Steve, that was the initial.
No, that is not a one-time
impairment. That was the initial that brought it down. And then because of what Zuck said on the earnings call has kept it down.
The one-time impairment did nothing. Maybe some algos got involved, but the street is smart enough to look past that. Like the street's not stupid.
Think about it a minute. Within 10 seconds, it was already down 10%.
Yeah, but the street, Steve, this happens all the time. Like I remember when Robinhood got a Wells notice, it went from 19 to 16, then it went back to 18 an hour. Like the street factors, there is short-term reactions, but the reason it actually went from 720 to 585 in November is because of the AI narrative. It has nothing to do with the one-time impairment. Like some people on X were saying, oh, well, there was a one-time impairment charge this time. They're going to crush earnings. Everything's going to be amazing. It's like the earnings weren't the reason that it fell. 26% revenue growth was not the reason the street was upset. They were upset because when Zuck got on the call, he said, we're just going to keep spending.
We don't know what we're going to do with it. He screwed the call up. There's no question.
So I think you could be right about the price action this time, but do you think he will have a new answer in this call?
So I do think Chris Patel was correct. I do think that Meta is going to become a neo cloud to a degree. When you get Meta compute announcement and Zuck starts talking about how much compute that they need to build in the next decade and then going forward. There's no reason to say that unless they are looking to reallocate some of the current and then some of the new go into a neo cloud hosting.
So I think he might pitch that. I don't know if he's going to give a timeline or any sophisticated analysis on when that becomes a thing, which could be the street being like, okay, cool. But like, you know, like what are we supposed to do with this information? Or B, he might be just saying, hey, we want hundreds of gigawatts. We don't care about selling compute. We just want to do it for ourselves because we know we're going to build something so amazing in AI that it takes so many resources. And then the follow-up question is going to be like, well, what is that?
Yeah, I agree. And look, I want to address one of the comments. I'll admit I'm biased Meta because I've been a legit long-term shareholder since the IPO. But the numbers are the numbers. And on forward guidance, we're in 2026. It's trading at 20 times earnings this year with almost 20% growth and then 18 and a half times next year's earnings. The numbers are inexpensive. So
no, yeah, but see, again, going through the numbers over and over again, I don't think it makes sense because we all know that. Right? Like we all know that. We all know
it's inexpensive.
So then what's the point of looking at the numbers? There has to be a deeper reason why this stock is getting hit. Like, I just don't think there's enough analysis on no one knows what the hell Zucks is doing with all this money.
I think that's the biggest thing, that a lot of people are getting annoyed, but at the same time, when you look at the cash from operations as a shareholder, I could give a shit because he keeps growing the cash from operations. We're now one of like 6 or 7 companies that do more than 100 billion annualized in cash from operations. And it's hard to not give him the latitude to build this out over the next couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like in 5 years, people will wake up and Meta is much higher than $620. So the question then is, in 5 weeks, what do people wake up to with Meta? I don't know, dude. I'm not the most bullish on the earnings. Like but then my gut tells me, or like my brain tells me, the number is going to be so amazing. How does the street not react, especially because it's been depressed? But then I'm like, what if Zucks messes it up again? And again, it's not really his fault per se. I just don't think Meta's thought of an advanced strategy around their CapEx spend besides advertising. And maybe it takes a couple quarters for them to communicate it.
It could.
But it feels like it's a communication issue.
It could.
Yeah, stock split would be very nice.
I agree.
Get it to pump a little bit.
Do a 10-for-1 this quarter, get shares down to 60. I'd be happy.
Oh man, I love Meta shares at 60.
I love that. Love that.
That would be fun.
Look, in 2022, they did 50.5 billion in cash from operations. They're at 108 right now on a TTM, probably 110 when we finish this year. So in 3 years, they will have doubled the cash from operations. So I give Zuck a lot of latitude and leeway because I think he's going to take it higher. It may take a couple of quarters to fill out, but ultimately I think it's going higher. Question is, do you think you have a better opportunity somewhere else? That's what everybody has to decide for themselves. I also think Amazon's one of the most interesting plays from here through 2029. I think it legitimately has it will be a $6 or $7 trillion company in 2029. My own opinion.
Do you think Meta is Google at 140?
I do. I really do.
So that means 1,200, or at least close to that should be.
I've been saying that I would not be surprised if it's at 800 to 1,000 by the end of the year. Alphabet was in the same situation until the lawsuit ended. Once the lawsuit ended, shares broke out and they didn't stop. It just needs Zuck to come out with a good conference call. We know the numbers are going to be good. He needs to change the street's image of the future of this company. And he needs to give a clear pathway. We know what the pathway for Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet are. We know what it is for NVIDIA, but we don't know what it is for Meta. We just know that they're an advertising beast. They generate a ton of cash flow, but they're spending a ton on CapEx. And the only thing you can really say about their AI right now is it's helping advertisers reach a larger population. There's not much more you can say about it because Llama is not what the other companies are. Their LLM is not going to be public facing use the way the other ones are. So they need to really define what the future is.
Yeah, and again, it's so hard to be like Meta's going to be stuck all year in this situation because at some point the capital is going to find the undervaluation.
Yeah.
It depends on how much you want to size up. Like if it really is Google at 140, this is kind of a go all in moment on Meta. I just don't know how much people think it could be Google at 140.
What about Amazon? Amazon is underperforming the S&P by half over the past 5 years.
Yeah, and I like Amazon. I don't know if it can pull a double like Google at 140. Like that's
So I don't think Amazon can double in a year, but over the next 3 to 4 years, their operating margin is so inexpensive, or operating margin is so slim. I don't think it's unreasonable to think they can go from 11.2 to 18%.
yeah.
And if they do that on $1 trillion revenue in 29, 180 billion operating income, no company today is doing that. So that's where I get the 6 to 7 trillion market cap in 2029, because I think that they will be able to expand margins by 7.8%.
Yeah, I feel like at that point, Amazon and Meta are just you buy and hold and you don't even look at them type of names. The problem is a lot of people are going to expect them to make a move soon, which who knows, right? If they do, but 3-4 years out, yeah, it's
People could pile in. Look, I have a theory. We're going to need 2026 to play out that Alphabet gets faded. Not that it goes down, but that it just matches the S&P or is right around to a degree. Maybe it's up a couple of percent from wherever the S&P finishes. I think Alphabet and Apple just kind of coast, and at some point, Amazon Meta breakout. I think we'll see that happen.
It would be funny if Alphabet and Apple outperform Amazon and Meta, even with like lesser earnings, but just because their narratives are so much better.
Right. I mean, they're both up tremendously from last year.
I mean, we get a Gemini-powered Siri, and people really start liking it and using it. I could see Apple having a good year. I think Google might. Like, I don't think Google has to keep winning, but if Google keeps winning,
I mean, I don't even think Alphabet's expensive.
Well, compared to Meta, it's expensive.
No, but I'm just saying, like, relatively to the market, it's trading under where the market's PE is.
Is it? I feel like it's at 30. No, it's at a 30 PE. The market's
29. Where's Alphabet for 2026?
Oh, for 20.
We're in 26.
I think it's 33, which is not that crazy. I mean, it's the same.
26 is 29.82. It's right at the market. Wow, Alphabet's 332. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. This thing was 140. It's at 332. So Meta's at 620. We think it's Google.
Listen, I was fighting all the bears all the time, telling them that you guys don't know what you're talking about. Search is not getting cannibalized. This is too inexpensive. It's 16 times forward. Alphabet's trading where it needs to trade. And you remember I was saying 290 was the price target because at 290, it got you at the same multiple that Apple was at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's true. It ended up working out.
So a lot of people in here like Nebius. What do you think is going to happen with them? Are you in Nebius?
Yeah, I think Nebius is going to be fine. I think that the data center trade continues to be very exciting. It's not slowing down. If Zucks is trying to do hundreds of gigawatts of compute, like he's going to need partners to help him with that. I think Nebius got a deal from Meta last quarter. They have a stake in a software company called ClickHouse that might be raising at a $15 billion valuation. That would be $3 to $4 billion for Nebius. I mean, Nebius is cheap. Like, it's inundated in that volatility of the data center space. But this is probably like a $150 stock, reasonably.
I think a lot of people are agreeing with you. I started a position. It wasn't nearly big enough, but I am going to keep buying it.
Yeah, I mean, I ran Nebius, Core, like the whole sector, Applied Digital, they all need to pump if this whole data center thing is very real. I find it very hard to believe Iren's going to outperform Nebius or Nebius going to outperform Iren. Like, the only thing that messes everything up is Oracle, which kind of messed up the last 2 months of the year. But this trade should work. This trade should not be a dead trade in 2026.
I don't think it will be. I think all the others can pump and Oracle can go sideways. I don't think they all have to work at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. I mean, Iren got to 35, dude. Like when I got to, I mean, these stocks got to some crazy levels back in November. So, and that was on the 5% drawdown of the S&P. If we experience that, then yes, we will probably see those prices, but those have to be dip buys.
Yeah, I think the neo clouds are going to do well. I just don't think that the big data center plays. I don't think there's enough compute. We need the neo clouds.
Yeah. Well, that's been the thesis, right? It's like all these Bitcoin miners just shifted to AI HPC plays because they had all the facilities, the infrastructure, but they needed demand, and like the demand just came pouring in, and now it's not stopping.
You think Broadcom is a play?
You know more about Broadcom than me in terms of the numbers. I mean, you can talk a little bit about the numbers, but it has to be a play. Like custom ASICs, they are the go-to leader. There's no way this is not going to pump with NVIDIA and TSM over the next 5 years.
Yeah, I have conflicting views on it because from a EBITDA and cash from operations and free cash flow, it looks overvalued, but because they have such a low share count, their actual earnings per share is enormous. And the amount of growth that they have, it looks inexpensive from there. So it's an interesting situation. And they still haven't recovered from the hit after earnings. I don't even know if they deserve to be down after earnings. And they're trading at 33 and a half times this year's earnings and 24 times next year's earnings. There's so much growth ahead for them. And after going through the TSM call and the actual headline numbers, it makes me feel as if Broadcom can become a catch-up trade because it hasn't recovered, where NVIDIA is kind of just bobbing and weaving off of where it reached.
Do you think that Broadcom, like they get, so the OpenAI revenue, they're not getting until 2027. I think that's what took the stock down last year. If they get another custom ASICs partner that starts like manifesting into revenue earlier than that, I think that is what takes the stock to 500 this year. Now that's going to be hard to do though, because OpenAI is like the biggest customer they could get. Anthropic, I think they already have a deal with Anthropic. But that would be maybe like increased TPUs for Google, even though Google already has a big order. Like I think that's the narrative headline that a Broadcom would be looking for.
I mean, look, they don't report on a calendar year. Their year ends in October. And the street is calling for 51% revenue growth year over year. I mean, that's crazy. That's NVIDIA numbers. That's Palantir numbers for a company this size. And with what TSM is saying, it feels like something that can run.
What is the street's projection for NVIDIA this year?
For
revenue growth.
Revenue growth? Don't want to give you a bad number. So for fiscal year 26, which is really 25 because their fiscal year ends January. So when they report, the number is supposed to be 63.5% revenue growth.
This year's. No, what's the guidance for the full year?
Yeah, that's
63% the street's expecting?
Yeah.
For 2026, that's...
No, for that's this year. Because remember, 11 of these months were in 2025. They don't report on a calendar year.
What about for the next year?
50.5%. They're expecting, when they report in February, that fiscal year is 213 billion, and then they're going to do 321 the following year. They're expecting 50% revenue growth for Nvidia.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, Nvidia is expected to do roughly 110, 120 billion net income for the current fiscal year that just ended. That's over 2 billion net income a week. A week.
Yeah, that's a decent amount. It's a decent freaking amount. I mean, like the thing is to be able to put up that type of revenue again, and they're probably going to beat it. I mean, they're probably going to do a little bit more than that. So I don't see how this thing doesn't pump on I don't see how Nvidia, out of all companies, does not pump on the earnings.
I'm still Nvidia 250 for 2026. That's still where I am on this. You look at the EPS. I mean, you're telling me that once they report and we get into the January 27, which is really the 2026 year, you're telling me that 24 times earnings is expensive for Nvidia? No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we get above 250, but I agree with you. 250 should be where it ends up when it's all said and done. I feel like it'll be pegged to like 220, 230 though for long. It just needs to get to the breakout state. It needs to let buyers come in at 200 and normalize buying it at that range. And then I think we get to hold it. But I agree, it's cheap. I mean, big tech is cheap. It's just, is it going to be the biggest contributor to the market this year? Because so far it's not really contributed much. Yeah, and then you have the China sales coming in as well.
We do. I mean, the one thing I hate is sticking with the same narrative and not trying to find the next thing. I just don't know that you need to in this case. I don't know that big tech isn't going to work for the next couple of years because they're the ones that are going to drive the AI revolution, and they're going to drive what products all the other large caps, mid caps, and small caps are using for their businesses. So I think it's a trade that just becomes a midterm investment for many people.
Yeah, obviously the alpha is not going to be the same. Like it's just hard for Google to double again. But the sleep well at night, buy it and not have to worry about it collapsing, that should be a no-brainer for most people.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing that happening.
Yeah. No, neither am I. Neither am I.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other names or themes there are for this year, and there's some, but this is looking really interesting. I think the real question is, when is the next rate cut, and how many do we get this year? I'm at 3.
3 cuts?
Yep.
I think you'll be right once Powell leaves, but there's no need for a cut right now.
I don't think we get a cut until May or June, and I think we get 3. I also think we get 3 next year.
I mean, I think you're right because Trump's going to pick someone who cuts the rates. But realistically, when you look at the labor market and GDP growth, I feel like cutting would just increase inflation, which is not the worst thing in the world because that'd be good for stocks.
I'm good with it. And this is what I would say if I was Fed chair, which I'm not, and I will never be Fed chair. But if I was Fed chair, I would say inflation at 2.6 or 3.6, I don't care. I don't care because the reality is 1 point is not stopping anybody from spending money in the economy. And the reality is that with lower rates, we are going to help create more jobs, and it will more than offset it. And eventually the free markets will figure it out and inflation will come down because we will just need more product. I mean, we want an environment where businesses can expand. And we have so much debt terming that I really think we need rates or the Fed effective rate down to 2.25 to 2.5.
I'm trying to pay attention to what you're saying.
But what happened?
But people are tagging me and stuff like this.
Did you not see Okay. Can I show you something?
Did you see this already?
No, but can I show you what Matt did?
Like, bro. Like,
Would it be weird if I made that an oil painting and put it behind me?
no, well, okay, it would be a little creepy to say the least. But like if I'm a single guy in my apartment, if I had something like this on my wall, I think people would be a little like, what the like, but you're married, you're just I don't think your wife's gonna leave you if you have something like that.
Did you
So
see what Matt made?
I think I did. Hold on, let me check.
So this is what he'll just
Oh
send.
yeah, this was great. This was great.
I don't think he put this out publicly,
This was amazing.
but I mean,
This is phenomenal, dude.
like,
You have the face for this type of imagery. Like you have
he
the
made
Italian.
me into the Godfather.
Yeah, but you could be the Godfather.
He's missing the watch though. Like, where's my watch?
The cat, the rose.
Amazing.
I mean, like that you should just have a room with movie posters, but you're the main character in each of the movies.
Dude, you gotta see this.
What is this?
This is what he's gonna use, I think, for our Sunday stream with our portfolio update with him and freaking Gandalf. He made another one. Look at this.
Okay, Tanner just texted me a picture of something that Matt did for him from an AI perspective. Oh
Like,
my god, Matt is having too much fun.
He is the king of freaking thumbnails. I swear to God.
Dude, these thumbnails look legit.
Dude, I forgot about this one. This is crazy.
I need to do this. I don't know why I shouldn't do this.
Matt's even drinking milk in this.
Yeah, see, this is crazy, bro. This is why spending these hundreds of billions of dollars on GPUs was worth it. Like
100%.
There's no
100%.
other reason.
And then he started making freaking Wolf of Wall Street ones.
Dude, that's your face. You actually look like that. Like, oh my gosh. This is old Gemini, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is incredible.
He's amazing. I gotta tell you, he's amazing. I'm waiting for him to come to the meetup with something like this on a shirt and just walk around with that.
He's probably getting ready to do that.
He's
100%.
probably getting shirts made as we speak.
100%. 100%. I should get one. I should get a shirt with that. The Godfather one is an epic. Dude, I'd wear the Godfather. You as the Godfather. I'd legit wear that one.
I mean, who knows? Maybe we have a merch line in a couple months. Who knows? But it's going to be interesting. Matt comes up with some great fire picks. Gotta tell you.
Oh my gosh, are we talking BMNR?
I mean, I think everybody wants us to. I know we're trying not to.
No, we're not. It's not like we're trying not to. Just haven't got to it. I mean, we already did on my stream, but
yeah, I mean, I've had more time to digest it, and I'm a little bit more pissed.
I thought you were legit gonna say, well, I kind of thought about it and it was fine. I didn't know you were gonna be more pissed. I just hate the intro, bro. Do you want to watch the intro again? The intro was so bad. Like, and he didn't even know what the intro was because he said his assistant. Like,
no, not really. I don't want to watch anything of that piece of shit again.
Dude, the intro was so like the AI voice behind it that was saying Tom Lee, the markets wizard. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
I mean, look, the reality is this doesn't matter for Ethereum. This has no relevance on Ethereum, and Ethereum is still the largest underlying asset in the portfolio, and it's backstopped off of Ethereum. So as long as Ethereum doesn't tank, BMNR is not going to tank. But I don't like that he sounded and acted as if he drank a bottle of NyQuil. He had very low energy. I think him winging it was not a good idea. He didn't seem prepared, and he didn't sell why ETH is the future of finance and why, even more important, investing in Bitmine is better for investors' capital than buying Ethereum directly. And
Yeah,
to
and
me,
there's a
that
lot of easy ways to make the argument for why BMNR is a better bet than ETH. And I feel like that should have been the presentation.
if I go into a meeting and I do that, I will not be allowed to run a meeting again. Period. You can't show up and do that. Like anybody who's in corporate America, they know you can't do that. Like if you go on stage to present something or you're on a panel for something, you can't do that.
It just sucks, dude, because I love him so much. But it's tough when people get into the crypto world and they do shit like this. I don't know, it's tough.
Look, I'm not pulling any punches. And just because I happen to agree with him on a lot of things doesn't mean I'm not going to call shit out when I disagree. And I think he wasn't prepared, and I think he should have went in a different direction. Obviously, we can't change that, but I do think he should put out a shareholder letter and explain these points. I think that would be damage control well worth doing.
But honestly, none of this even matters, bro. If ETH goes up or ETH goes down, that's what affects the price. It's just the process of dealing with all this is what I think is pissing people off. Realistically, even the 200 million, even if that goes to zero for Mr. Beast, like, does that matter if ETH sets 7th? Like, no. So it's like,
I'm not as mad that he made that investment, but he didn't do a good job of selling why he thinks it's going to 10x. You can't just say, I think it's going to be a 10x. I think it's going to be a moonshot. Frame it differently. Say, listen, we're expected to make 350 million a year from staking. We're going to utilize 70 or 80% and build out a holding company with different moonshots. The first one that we're doing is a stake in Mr. Beast's company because we think it's going to expand and grow by this amount for these reasons. And eventually, the reality is this is a free asset that isn't costing the shareholders anything because we're utilizing the capital that we're generating from staking to buy it. And we do think this is going to be EPS accredited when we exit the position, 5x, 10x on the money we spent. That's all he had to say.
Sorry, I was muted. I was like, I agree. That's all you have to say. It just
yes, I should have run the BMR meeting. Thank you, William.
All is forgiven if ETH goes up.
100%. In 3 months, nobody will even remember this if ETH is at 3,600 or higher.
Yeah.
Because then you got Bitmine at like 35 or so, maybe higher. So it's just, I think that he missed the mark. You know, it's his job to be, as the CEO, you're not just the networker of the company, you're the communicator, you deliver the vision. He didn't deliver the vision. To me, that's the problem.
No, I agree.
And maybe you could answer me this. Why did he say no questions about the vote?
I don't know, bro. Everything they're doing is so like cryptic. Like, where's the MNAV every day? Where's the shares outstanding? It's like, I don't know. None of this stuff is coming out, and I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, he said the vote was closed. You're not tallying anything. You know what happened. Fucking tell us.
I think it was passed. At least that's what I saw on X. I don't know if it's confirmed, but people said it was passed. like yes to the vote. But I mean, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know, bro. This shit is just. It's a
I don't know.
different.
It's annoying. To me, it's annoying. But it'll be water under the bridge, as you said, when Ethereum finally goes up, because I don't think any of this matters for Ethereum. My opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like when Saylor does presentations and stuff, he explicitly talks about the thesis of why a treasury that owns Bitcoin is better than just owning Bitcoin. And quite frankly, he says, don't buy our stock. He says, buy Bitcoin, because he knows if Bitcoin's price goes up, his price. Right. So he's very like narrow-minded on, like, they're not investing in Mr. Beast. He cares about
Bitcoin. You for a minute. Did you see what your buddy Spencer did?
No.
Spencer has jokes. Spencer, thank you, because I went on X to find something. Admit, I'm sorry for cutting you off. Are you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready. Yeah, see, this is. I mean, this is what you should hang up in your office. This is what actually will get you some weird looks.
If I hang that up in my office, people are going to freaking look at me like, oh my God. Okay. The philosophical investor. Have you seen what this person creates?
No. See, we need to regulate this shit. Like, I mean, we need to regulate it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, it should be regulated. It won't be, but it should be.
I mean, they made some fucking ridiculous ones about me. You saw I showed you the Art of War one, right?
Yeah. I think I saw that live. That was hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, there's one specific thing I want to find and show everybody. Here it is. All right. AI is getting so ridiculous. Check this out.
What am I?
You're throwing the car. I think you're throwing the car keys around.
Oh, okay. You have milk, which is good.
I have milk. I mean, what is going to happen when we get AGI and super intelligence, and we can just tell it, "I hated the way Sons of Anarchy ended. Make me a new ending."
Yeah, like, and it's going to happen. You've had this thesis for 2 years that's going to, like, there's no way, and we're going to have more than enough compute to make it happen. And it's going to be cheap to make it happen too.
Right?
Well, I mean, you heard what Elon said, right? It was like, no one should go to med school anymore. And
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to, maybe not right now, but I do think that in our lifetime, or I mean, next 10 to 15 years, humans aren't going to be doing surgeries or anything like that. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel.
He also said you shouldn't save for retirement either.
Well, that's crazy.
He's basically on this kick that money's not going to matter at all, and everything will become cheap.
Yeah, I disagree with that. But at the same time, you already have doctors using Intuitive Surgical's laparoscopic machines. They've been using them for years and years. At some point, you have to think that these machines are just going to operate themselves. And they're going to be better than what the human can do operating it.
Yes, but I mean, dude, like real surgery for everyone around the world that is going to eliminate the need for private healthcare, because it's like, I feel like we're a while away from that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about eliminating private healthcare. I'm just saying that.
That's what Elon's talking about. Elon's saying you don't need healthcare. Like,
in the next 10 or 15 years, I just don't see how we're not having robotics do surgeries.
No, but think of some of the highest costs of private healthcare are surgeries. Like that's what insurance pays a
Right.
lot. Like if that's just subsidized in robot, I mean, that's a massive decline to the private healthcare industry, but a benefit to humanity if they don't have to pay $100,000 for surgery.
Huge benefit to humanity.
So it's a really noble idea. I wonder if the robots become good enough, which they will be. I just don't know if he said in 3 years. I'm like, I don't know in 3 years if that's happening.
And why can't Optimus in 10 years be your own personal doctor? Not surgery, but your own personal doctor. Why can't it take your blood? Why can't it tell you what's wrong with you? Like, there's no reason why it can't.
No, I agree. At that point, the model should be good enough for the robot to deal with any situation without a major concern.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm still, even though I think the valuation sucks on Tesla, I think it's still super interesting. And it has the potential to be the largest company in the world. Just because the Optimus platform, I believe, is going to be a revolution like we've never seen.
That's what Kyle Canis said the other day. He said he visited Tesla and he feels like they're not even going to be known for cars after Optimus.
I agree with that. The question is, when can he scale it, though?
Yeah, and I think that's going to take time. Like, it's not happening overnight. But it also means, like, you have time to buy Tesla and just, like, hold it without stressing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it brings up the question, universal basic income. I don't know.
So, Amit, can I go down a rabbit hole with you, buddy?
Okay.
You hated the Terminator, correct?
Yeah, I did not like that movie at all.
But given where we are with robotics, do you remember or do you know what year, the actual year the Terminator movie in the beginning was supposed to take place?
2015?
2029
Wow.
was the year that John Connor was leading the resistance. 2029.
So we're close.
We're close. Now, and the movie came out in 84 or 85, I believe.
Yeah.
And they were saying that this was going to happen in 29, and we're going to have robots very soon. The prophecy may be coming true, Amit.
Well, it's 3 years away, right? I mean,
yeah. A lot can happen in 3 years.
A lot can happen in 3 years.
A lot can happen in 3 years.
That would be kind of crazy, though, if we had millions of robots walk the planet in the next 4 or 5 years. I mean, Apptronic, they just raised at a $5 billion valuation. Google is a big investor in that round. Google's going to be a robotics play too. They got this is the thing that goes back to Meta. Google has robotics, Waymo, Tesla robotics, FSD, Amazon robotics, AWS, Microsoft Copilot, OpenAI, enterprise software, biggest in the world. Meta has advertising. And I feel like that's why this stock is depressed, because no one knows what else they're going to do in AI. But they're going to have to do something because every other Mac 7 has a play.
Yeah, one of the interesting things is going to be, what other robotics companies do we think are going to be viable options?
I think it's, if people want humanoid robotics exposure, I think it's literally just Tesla. Like, I really think that's the only exposure, meaningful exposure. Microsoft doesn't have it. Google, again, you will get some exposure, but like, I don't know if Google is going to be. Google probably buys Apptronic one day if Apptronic gets to massive scale, but then you're betting against Optimus getting to massive scale, and I think Optimus gets there first. I'm just like betting on Elon at that point. And then Figure is private, so yeah, I think it's just Tesla. I think it has to be Tesla.
Can any of these companies like Serve Robotics win?
Well, they don't do humanoids. I'm talking about a specific.
No, it doesn't have to be humanoid. I'm just wondering.
I don't know enough about them, but I would imagine like the Rich Techs of the world, Symbotics, Serve Robotic, I mean, they should have a ton of demand over the next 2 decades, like meaningful demand.
Yeah, people are talking about Symbiotic. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is like, are those going to be the bigger players from a margin perspective, or is it going to be humanoids? And then how commoditized do the humanoids become? I don't know. These are important questions, right? Like,
I mean, you know how I feel. I think that they're going to truly disrupt a lot of things.
the problem is like when I was at CES, all the robotics companies are Chinese, like all of them. So and you know, people can't invest in those. So there's not really a lot of American ones that are meaningfully going for it. You have your Boston Dynamics, you have X1. You know, X1 kind of, I mean, it feels a little scammy, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's just Tesla. How much gold and silver is used in a robot? That's a good question.
Whew. The copper, are you following the copper trade at all?
Yeah, my uncle texts me every day about the freaking copper trade. He's up like 200 grand on copper miner options.
Did I show you the spread from the other day, or was it Chris?
It was probably Chris.
Let me find it. Can you do me a favor? Tell me what the spot price for a pound of copper is, real quick.
It's above 620.
Is it above 620? Jesus Christ.
Well, now it's at 590. But it was pushing 620 at one point. I'm just scared this thing gets rug pulled, bro. Like, it shouldn't. There's like a real fundamental thesis to be long the precious metals, but man, if it does, it's going to be ugly.
So spot on. Copper was what?
591.
591. Okay. And spot on silver is what?
90.4.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, you need to have Jason on your stream, bro.
Yeah, I tried lining something up with him the other week. I gotta get him on.
Asian Steve and regular Steve. It has to happen.
I gotta get him on. All right. Jesus, these are now 984. Jesus Christ. All right, so check this out. Based on the numbers today, this is how freaking crazy copper's gone. Shit. Silver is, Jesus Christ. All right, so silver, a 10-ounce bar is going for $984.50, and it's trading at $98.45 an ounce. Based off a spot, it's trading at 8.9% over spot. Copper is trading at $156.99 for a 10-pound block. Based on spot, it's 265% over 165 over spot.
That's crazy. And then the Shanghai prices are even crazier.
So silver is at an 8.9% over spot, whereas freaking copper is trading at almost 3x spot. It's insane.
This is the trade so far of the year. I mean,
did I show you what I'm going to start doing?
What?
The quarters.
Oh yeah, you're gonna like melt them or some shit?
No, I'm not gonna melt them. This is like a real freaking thing. Look at this. Tomorrow, when I go out to get lunch, I'm stopping at the bank and I'm ordering a box of $1,000 worth of quarters. I'm gonna get a second camera. Well, I have a second webcam. I'm gonna get a boom arm, and I'm going to have one looking down at the desk so you can see the quarters. I'm going to open up these damn rolls.
Steve,
And
why
I'm
don't you just turn your phone off so we don't have to hear the sound?
Yeah, I'm doing that. So my wife went to a conference. Sorry. I'm going to start silver hunting in rolls of quarters.
Okay, why are you doing this?
Because every quarter pre 1964 has, I think, 19% silver or something like that. And based on where spot is, 4 quarters that has a face value of $1 pre 64 are worth $62 based on the spot price of silver.
Hold on. So you're going to buy rolls of quarters.
I'm going to buy a box of 100 rolls for $1,000.
And then what are you planning to do?
I'm going to live stream myself opening them up and going hunting for silver.
Well, what do you mean scone hunt? How do you do this?
No, you open up the roll.
Okay.
And based on the coloration, you can see what's an old one with silver. You pull it out. Now, you may not get any, but here's the beauty. You can't lose money because it's free. You're swapping $1,000 for the quarters. There's no premium. And then whatever is in silver, you just re-roll and bring it back to the bank and deposit in your account. You can't lose money.
You're saying some of them will be silver, some of them won't be.
What I'm saying is the quarter after 1964, I believe, went to nickel copper or nickel something, and there's no silver in it. So it's all pre-64 quarters that have the silver content. So you got to go through the rolls and hope that there are still quarters coming into circulation, because you still have people that are spending those quarters somehow.
So if you find one quarter from 1960,
yeah,
how much silver is that quarter worth?
We're gonna chat GPT it right now and get the exact numbers. So let's bring up a new one.
When did you get this idea? How did this pop into your head?
I have junk bullion, so which should not surprise you. And I may have got this idea the other day. All right. What year did quarters stop being made with silver? And based on the silver content, what is the melt value of quarters with silver?
This is a crazy idea, bro.
It's not a crazy idea.
No, it's not. Logically, it's not. But the time you're going to spend unboxing,
So pre-64, they were 90% silver.
Okay, so my question is, how many quarters will make you a little bit of money if you do find
if you find 4 quarters, that's like $64 or $62.
4 quarters is $64.
Yeah.
So 4 quarters is half an ounce then. No, like 70% of an ounce, basically. If an ounce is 91.
While ChatGPT is getting us the answer, I will come back to that. Check out how much a freaking bag of junk silver. Jesus Christ. Look at this. $100 face bag of freaking silver mercury dimes is $6,500 now. $100 face value of dimes is $65.63 a minute. One roll of freaking $10 face value older quarters, 1964 and below, $655 off a $10 face value.
And what about nickels?
Dimes, $50. I should give you $50 too.
This is pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, people are really doing this.
Well, I mean, it'll be good content.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So let's go back. Now that you saw the actual prices, let's go back to ChatGPT. Now, there's an interesting thing on nickels where current nickels melt value is more than 5 cents, but it's illegal to melt U.S. legal tender.
Someone said next up, looking for lost pets for reward money.
No, that's crazy talk. Okay, this is not crazy.
It is a little crazy.
No, it's not.
You're unboxing it like it's a Christmas present, hoping to find.
Yes, 1932 to 1964 is 90% silver.
It's 0.18 of an ounce.
So
one quarter, $16. Wow.
1646 melt value.
Bro. So you got to melt this shit then.
No, you can sell it to a pawn shop. You can sell it to any freaking coin dealer.
This conversation makes me feel like we're in freaking college and we're broke and we're trying to make some money. And the guy's like, no, bro, like this is so obvious. Why don't you?
It is so freaking obvious.
Dude, but the time that it's gonna take, like,
I'll spend a Saturday afternoon doing it. I think people have fun watching me go crazy.
No, people will have fun. It's a lot of quarters to go through, though.
Like legit melt value. Yeah, what 4 quarters, 65.85 melt.
What if you get no quarters that are?
Oh, then I just return all the quarters and get my $1,000 back. That's what I'm saying. There's no downside. Check this out. What is the melt value of a nickel? I think the melt value of a current nickel is like 7.2 cents or something like that. Like there are people that are crazy enough they're stocking freaking nickels in their freaking houses right now.
I mean, man, if this thing is gonna be even more valuable 10 years from now, which it probably will be.
And Tevez, yes, you can order $1,000 of quarters from a bank. All right. Current, see, total melt value of a nickel is 7.1 cents right now.
That's less compelling, but
what are you talking about? The nickel in your pocket, you got 35% upside gain for 5 cents. The problem is you're not legally allowed to melt these.
What do you mean you're not legally allowed to melt these?
You can't melt legal tender. These are legal tender.
Oh, so you can't even melt the quarter.
You don't need to melt the quarters because people are buying silver.
Oh,
the nickel and copper value in the nickel right now for 5 cents, the melt value is 7.1 cents. So it's basically a 42% ROI if you technically melted it. So there are people right now, I was on the forums, okay, I got a little crazy, started going down the rabbit hole. There are people posting pictures of them freaking hoarding nickels because they think what's going to happen with the penny is going to happen with the nickel, and then they'll be able to melt them.
People are crazy.
Yeah,
you're assuming the melting cost is zero. You have to add. That's part of it in your expense. Melting is going to cost some money. Probably going to take away at least a penny out of your margin.
Amit, have you ever watched any videos about melting computer parts for gold?
No.
This is like a big thing. So I learned, now I wouldn't trust myself to do it, but I learned how to do it with nitric acid and some other things and do the separating and everything to actual put old RAM in and old motherboards. Like there are freaking people and syndicates out there that go around junkyards and everything just to get the freaking components out of old stereos and old TVs and old computers. And they're freaking melting everything down and then separating the gold from all the other scrap.
This feels like a hobby that you want to get into more than
It feels like
Pokemon
this
cards
is.
boring you.
I don't know, man. Rabbit holes are fun. That's all I can say.
The thing is, there is no downside because you just return the money. So it's like,
That's right.
it's just your time at that point that's being spent. Guess it'll be a fun stream.
Dude.
It'll
This
be like
is insane. Okay, you guys see this. I can't play it, I don't think. But look at this. 1,024 karat gold from cell phones. Look at that.
Yeah. Cell phones. Yeah.
Yeah, the components. Dude.
I mean,
Just saying.
I don't think you're doing this for the money. You like the entertainment value of trying to find this thing.
Dude, this is.
I don't think anyone would do this for the money, realistically. Maybe some people.
This is. I'm just saying. This is straight rabbit hole stuff. Like going to the bank and getting rolls of quarters, sifting through them. Why the hell not?
I can think of some other things to do during that time, but I get it.
I mean, yeah, so could I, but I think I could fit a couple hours in a week.
He's on the hunt.
And here's the best part. You ready? I got it all planned out. So the primary bank doesn't get mad. I get the quarters from the primary, and then I deposit them in a completely different bank. So they just think like I own like a vending machine or something.
Dude, you really thought this through.
I did think this through.
I love it. This is what happens when you start a business. You think how it is gonna work.
Why are people asking if I'm okay?
Well, it is quite the commitment to actually do this. Like either you're joking or you're legit gonna do it.
I'm not joking. Like I'm legit going tomorrow to freaking go get $1,000 of quarters or order a box. I don't know if they have them, but look, obviously being in New York City, I have access to the largest branches. Okay. The branches I'm going to are so freaking big. There is no way that they don't have $1,000 box of quarters. There's just no way.
So when they ask why you need it, what are you going to say?
I'm going to say I want quarters.
But if they say why, what would you say?
If they say why, I'm going to say because I want $1,000 of quarters.
Okay, but if they say, well, why should we give you $1,000? Like if they're just curious.
I don't think that they can't give it to me though.
I mean, it's their money.
Technically, it's my money in the bank. I'm taking $1,000 out of my account, but I want it in quarters.
That's true.
Just saying. Some people would take it out in hundreds. I want it in quarters. I mean,
Ray says it costs 50 or it weighs 50 pounds.
Yeah, I drive into the city. Like, I'm good.
Now I'm invested. Now I'm excited to see this, to be honest.
And I thought it was 11 pounds.
You need money? Are you raising money?
No, the money's in my account.
Are you raising? Well, if you're going to turn this into a venture, let me know.
Well,
I need to invest in.
I mean, the only way we would need to raise money, we're going to hire people to legit do this.
Yeah, give me a business plan. Let's pitch. Let's fucking put some money into this, bro. Let's turn this into something.
You're going to go back and be like, guys, this is going to sound like the stupidest idea. All we have to do is pay some freaking college kids just to sit here and do this for us. And we're basically just going to use the money and we're just going to get all the quarters and dimes we can, have them sift through them, get the silver, and then sell them to a pawn shop.
We got to figure out what's our TAM. So how many quarters are in circulation that were made before 1964? We need to know exactly how many. Because if there's not enough left, Gemini doesn't have anything. If there's not enough left, then like, what's the point of even doing it, right?
I don't even know if there's a way to know that.
Bro, what's the point of this AI shit if it can't tell us this? ChatGPT says 0 to...
What did ChatGPT say?
Rough estimate, 0 to a few million.
Pretty big estimate.
0 to a few million. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to watching the stream.
Yep, it's going to happen. It's not going to happen this weekend because Amit and I will be at a card convention, but it will happen one weekend in the near future, I promise you.
Got to figure out what card to buy.
So, yeah, let's end on this. So, I will show you what people were telling me to have you get. So, Cooper Flag, big rookie, his raw rookie from Topps, $5. In a PSA 10, $352. And that's just base. There's so many different variations of this that a purple rainbow foil raws 250, a PSA 10, there's no sales on it, no sales on a 9. Yeah, we're going to be on the hunt. That doesn't make sense.
Why this guy? Like this
Cooper
is,
Flag?
I mean, I know him, but is he really going to be like the next Dirk Nowitzki or something?
He's averaging 18.8 points in his rookie season so far over 40 games, 6.2 rebounds, 4 assists. Yeah, he's playing pretty freaking good. I mean, as a rookie in the league, that's legit.
No, it's definitely legit. I mean, I think he has the best. He's got to be rookie of the year. So
yeah, he'll definitely get rookie of the year. I mean, Wembanyama, I can't even pronounce his name. Wemby is a good young player to buy. Edwards. I mean, you're a Knicks fan, so we'll find you some stuff.
yeah,
One of the guys coming has season tickets to the Knicks.
Dude, I need to do that. I need to like get some connects to the Knicks game. I've never seen a Knicks game in person. I need to see one.
Oh,
have you ever been to a Knicks game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see.
I'm also, I've been to every type of event in New York, so I also got 20 years on you, man. Maybe not 20, but I got some years on you.
You grew up in New York, so that's
grew up in New York. I got some years on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see what your reaction is. Like, I actually want to stream your reaction walking around. It's wild. It's surreal.
Yeah, well, we'll stream on Steve's channel from his phone, so at least we'll get people
for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, if the Wi-Fi is great, then
it's going to be good. I mean, what you're going to find crazy is the amount of people that are going to be standing outside to buy tickets to get it. Yeah. There's legitimately going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people standing outside in the cold to get in because they didn't want to buy VIP tickets.
Yeah, and I think I'm really excited to see like how many people are passionate because I've seen some vlogs of it, but in person, it's a different
by 11 a.m. or noon, there'll be 3,000 people there. Easy.
That's crazy on a Saturday.
Easy.
Crazy.
Easy. Amit, I'm telling you, between product and cash, there will be $50 to $100 million there.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous thing.
And people are probably like, no, well, there's 500 plus vendors, so just do the math. Like, some of these vendors bring several $1 million worth of product. Some of them only bring 50, 60 grand worth of product. And then you got people walking around with insane amount of cash. The amount of security there is wild.
I want to negotiate with some of these people and see how they negotiate.
Yeah, some of them they don't. Some of them just don't. The card market is so hot. I told you, I was trying to get. Here's something crazy. I was trying to get a specific LeBron card, and I couldn't get it. I ended up getting PSA 9 Topps rookie. I paid $400 for it at the show 6 months ago. It's going for $530 right now.
Do you know who Kyle Tucker is?
Sounds familiar.
He's signing with the Dodgers. I don't know if you know him, but
it sounds familiar. I'm going to be on the lookout for some Spencer Jones cards. Spencer Jones from the Yankees. I'm hoping that they call him up. I'm trying to find this LeBron. Hold on. I think LeBron is solid. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I think this is solid as an investment because he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. He's going to be unanimous.
I don't like LeBron, bro.
Neither do I, but it's an investment. I mean, here's the thing. I bought this card for $400 6 months ago. It's at $522. That's a 24% return in 6 months. And it peaked. It had a sale of $620 earlier in the year.
Yeah, I feel like there should be other players that will appreciate better, but I mean, it is LeBron at the end of the day.
Without question. I mean, that's why you go rookie speculation. You go first year, second year players. I mean, LeBron's just liquid. It's like buying a Tom Brady. It's just liquid.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I went with it. So I also picked up I actually doubled my money on this. I got a package deal. My buddy and I ended up buying a bunch of stuff from the same person. You'll meet him, Evan. He's coming. He may even be in the chat. I think I paid like $125 for this. Montana 81 PSA 7. It's going for like $210 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, I'm excited. It's just like stocks, right? Like
yeah, it is just like stocks.
It's just not a company. You're betting on someone's legacy.
You're betting on the player. You're betting on their ability, and there are platforms you can pay for this service to track everything. It's basically like the stock market for cards with their values. They scrape every auction house. They scrape every sale on eBay. It's freaking wild.
Well, this Saturday, it's going to be fun.
Yup. We're going to have a good time.
I'm excited for it. I'm genuinely excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited that you're going to come and you're going to, one, get to meet these guys. It's an interesting array of people I have coming. That's going to be the very crazy part. And then just going through the show, you're going to have a lot of fun.
All right, let's do it.
I think we should call it. All right, everybody, thank you so much for. Let's get these supers real quick. Jace, thank you very much. I did not see GLDD Stock Talk's new shipbuilding play. I know nothing about shipbuilders other than the company that Palantir did a deal with the other year. Do you know anything about shipbuilders?
The only one is Huntington Ingalls is the one I have not heard of this one.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I didn't see it. And then Neil, thank you very much. Busiest motherfucker we know and still have time for this. Yeah, man. We try to stay active. You know what I mean? We try to stay active.
Gotta work.
Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you everybody for staying here with us. Truly appreciate it. It's all for you guys. And we will be reporting live from the show at some point on Saturday.
It's going to be fun.
And we'll probably talk about it on Sunday. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Really appreciate it. Have a great night.